Yo, greetings, my padres. Welcome back, man. It is January 15, another day on this great earth. You feel me? Cheeseburger in paradise, you dig? You hear me? But you're now rocking with the best, man. Surreal, man.
Cool in the building, y'all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Top floor. You know what I'm saying?
You already,
Penthouse.
always winning. You know how we do it, never sinning. You feel me? But let's get to it, man. Today we gonna head back over there to IShow Speed, man, because he doing a lot of things, man. He doing a lot of things that's groundbreaking and gripping, the minds of many great people, young and old, but young, which is important. You feel me? He went to the pyramids, man. He went to the pyramids, and we gonna watch the stream a little bit. You feel me? Just see how the pyramids is. You feel me? He hit a world record for being the first person to stream the pyramids. That don't mean that there have not been pictures or videos or people videotaping the pyramids, because you could do it legally through permit or not and get caught and possibly get jail time. But he did it the right way, man. So we got a few clips set up, but before we get to the clips, man, cool. What's up, man? What do you think about the pyramids, man?
I don't think much about them, but what's going on over there? The pyramids is still the same old mystery spot. Mystery spot. How to build it? What's this and that? There's a whole bunch of theories and this and this. How far it goes down in the earth, and do it line up with stars and this and that? It's a lot of
Theories
what
behind it.
meanings do it really have? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
Okay.
one thing else I know about the pyramids, you can't. I was watching one documentary on it, and they say they changed a lot of the
Hieroglyphs?
engravement. Yeah, a lot of the engravements. They plastered over and they rechanged it. Um, compared to what it was. And they say some places you used to visit, you can't visit no more, like certain
Parts
parts of
of
the
it.
tunnels
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, yeah, they it's not available to the tourists them no more.
Right.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying? The dude who did the documentary, he's going there from like the 80s, 70s, 80s,
Hmm.
and he had feelings and stuff like that. He said one time he went, he noticed that the people was plastering over the carvings inside the on the pyramid.
Keep talking,
You see?
Aku. I gotta get this call. Keep talking.
Yeah. So automatically we you can't take it for face value no more. So I don't know what we're gonna do because they changing the meanings of a lot of different things. You see? You see? So ISO speed, what are you doing? Going to see the pyramids, and he that's basically on the world tour, and we riding with him, trying to see what's going on over there. Young man, 21 years old, seeing the world, and the world rocking with him. It's a good thing. But you can see he agreeing to a lot of things he don't know what they dealing with in their culture. But today's it's a new day. What's going on, chat? Like you boys say, what's going on, chat? Anybody out there rocking with us today? I don't know. No comment, no views.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay, what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just jumping back in. Yeah.
Okay, okay, what? Oh, this shit. Oh, shoot. I ain't know what's down.
But nah, man. But y'all, yeah, but we gonna get back to it though, man. You feel me? We got this clip,
Oh,
man. We got this clip.
shit.
But I didn't know if you was landing the plane or not. Or cool. You want to finish say what you had to
Yeah,
say?
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know I don't talk too long. I ain't say what I gotta say, and that's it, though. Uh,
It's probably better that way. It be like that though.
my thing went down for a second, though. The internet went down for a second. Or the internet, I should say.
Okay, it's still good to me. But let's get to the clip. You feel me? And then we gonna come back and say what we gotta say, man. But I'm finna skip throughout these clips because I just wanna, this is a stream. A stream is like 3 hours, man. Yeah, 3 hours. We not finna do the whole 3 hours. We finna get to the clips. If you wanna watch the stream, go to this YouTube channel. You know how to get them. IShow speed, man. We everywhere. Stop playing with it.
I'm excited. Let's make this happen, chat. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I'm tired of yapping. But
Of course,
what?
yes. It takes about 20 years to build this pyramid. 20,000 of workers.
It took 20 years to build this pyramid?
Yes. Because the first mission for the king.
It took 20 years.
Yeah.
This is massive, though.
Yes. It's huge and big. It's house of God, house eternity. It was built to live forever. So I think we are going to have an adventure together to explore the pyramid from inside.
What? It's right. Did I really think a picture was going to be easy?
Don't talk too loud. You don't hear yourself.
Yes, bro. Boy, that was long. Wow. Holy pyramids.
This is the Grand Gallery.
The Grand Gallery?
Yes, the Grand Gallery.
Chad, this is lit, bro.
Yes. Here we have another passage. Leads for the second chamber.
The second chamber?
Yes. It was so called a queen chamber, but wasn't for queen. It just to have a wooden statue for the soul of the king. We called it the car, but we didn't find the statue. We keep looking because we believe there's many secrets, many mysteries still waiting for us to be revealed inside the pyramid.
Shoot. All right, shall we keep going up to the pyramid?
Yes.
Let's keep going inside.
Yes, let's go up. Oh, gosh. This way.
We live right now, y'all. We live, chat. We live inside the pyramids, bro. Huh? We're cooked?
No, we can.
Yeah, we cooked. We actually cooked, chat.
Okay, this part the cable needs to just go up a little bit and then wait, because we gotta get the cable up.
We really cooked, chat. I wish I could read chat right now, but
Yes.
whew, holy crap, chat. This is a lot. Woo-wee. Man.
You waiters?
Well, now we got a duck.
Yes. Bend down.
Chat, it smells like the pyramids in here. Is that a tool?
This is the burial chamber of the king of Rockwell. And this is a sarcophagus. It's about 40 tons cut from one single piece. 40 tons.
40 tons.
Yes. This is a sarcophagus, and it was made from granite blocks. Granite comes from Aswan, about 800 miles to the south of Cairo.
Right.
So it was brought by big boats, and the boat was parked in front of the Sphinx, and they brought the blocks to here by sledges. You know, building a pyramid, it's a national project. It achieves two aims, religious aim and economic aim. What about religious aim? The king in his lifetime was the son of the god. After the death, he became the god himself. If he participate in building a house for a god, it's a holy aim. So all the Egyptians were participating for this national project. What about economic aim? Egyptians were farmers. They
were farmers.
Yes. In the River Nile, we have the flood of the River Nile. In the winter, River Nile flooded all Egypt with water, and there's no work for the farmers. They stayed in their houses without work. The king broke them, and we're using them to build the pyramid, and they give them salaries. But we haven't managed this early time. So what kind of salary? We give them beer, bread, and salted fish.
What?
Beer, bread, and salted fish and
Man.
So I'm always saying in all my lectures, if we can build a pyramid, you can do anything. Oh! You can do anything. So it's smooth, flat.
I can't believe they built this. How did humans even build a pyramid?
You know, I told you we have workers. We have 20,000 workers. They were using to build the pyramid for 20 years.
Yeah, but this is a lot for 20 years though?
No.
Ain't no way they built this in 20 years though.
If you have the belief.
We got a better technology.
Yes.
And
But we are
it
missing,
takes sometimes 20 years to build a bridge.
but we are missing the belief. If you believe in God, if you believe in reverse, everything will be possible. These guys will believe in God, believing in afterlife, believing in resurrection. So the high priest, he came to all the Egyptians. Guys, we have to participate to build the house of God. So all the Egyptians were participating. We found food came from all different villages all over Egypt participating. We found trays from the north.
So what you're saying is that everybody in Egypt helped to build this pyramid.
That's right. It's
So-
a holy aim.
So what are you talking? Hundreds of millions, billions, millions? Like what? Give me. Okay, wait. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Give me a number on how many humans contributed to build this pyramid that we're in right
The
now.
populations of Egyptians in this time about 5 million. So each single house of Egypt from the ancient time, from the nest number 4, they were participating to build the pyramid, contributing with food, with workers, with everybody, because it's a national project. It's a holy aim for every Egyptian there. So this was built to live forever.
Wow. Okay.
And the question, how they enter this huge sarcophagus?
Yeah, how?
From a small entrance over there. You see that the entrance is so tiny. So the sarcophagus was cut first, and they built a chamber around the sarcophagus.
Boom. So, alright, what we gonna do, right? We see that IShow Speed challenging him on a lot of things, and I appreciate that IShow Speed because he's like, bro, you just talking about the way they built this is from belief and everything like that, right? And that he got all the people in Egypt together and stuff to build it, right? But shout out to IShow Speed because IShow Speed like, nah, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You can keep on saying this. And then he's like, we built the pyramids, we could build anything. Now, I do believe that humans did participate in building the pyramids, right? But we're going to continue to look through it, you feel me? If I could on mute, you know that's how we're going to break it down. If I could unmute, then we're going to let him speak his mind. But if not, we're going to go back to it and show you, like, this is massive and this is immaculate. It's like, it's hard to just say that somebody of human just built this and nobody else helped. Because I believe what we call gods are like, or some of the things we call aliens too. That gave us the technology. That, some people even think that they cut the stones in space and everything and brought the stones here. However they brought it. I think it's telepathically dropped, but I'm gonna get back to the clip though. But we gonna skip to the clip though. We fast forwarded to it, bros.
What? Oh yeah, I think I'm streaming live on YouTube. What time is it? 7:38. 7:38 a.m. 7:38 a.m. Right here. Right.
So it look like they're going back down. I ain't gonna show that part. They just going back
It's
down.
like it's literally cold in Egypt. And I don't think you understand what we
cold
do.
in
Yo,
Egypt.
tour guide, thank you by the way for informing everybody in the stream about the pyramids. That was actually super well and helpful and great. So the chat
can understand. Not just a tour guide only. I am the general director of the pyramid. I am working here since more than 25 years. So I know every inch in this site here. We did many great discoveries. I'm so proud that a team of Egyptologists and archaeologists and restorators and workers,
He say, let them know.
every day we have a new discovery.
Say, I'm not just a tour guide. I'm a master. Look
Souvenirs.
how big
In
that is.
Ohio, I used to
Big that
swim the
is.
river.
That's a
and
drone.
find coins. What? It's in the truck. In there.
Not technical.
This was
Look at phone.
the age of the most great temple. The king of Khufu. It was like a big temple here. Was
I'm
built
sorry, this pyramid just looks insane, bro. Like, when I look at this, I'm like, how the heck did we build this?
7
How?
It's really great.
How did we build this?
We found in our excavations remains from ramp. They make a ramp from sand. If you okay, let me do some drawing for you.
No. Look, okay, no, okay, look. Now look, let me say this.
Yeah.
Pick up this rock with me.
Simple, right?
You mean with me? No, I know.
Is you like, you see where I'm coming?
Yes,
How was we that strong? Was we stronger back then?
yes. But if you have the technique, if you have a smart guys, and you put the blocks in a sledges and start to move the blocks with rollers and to put some pads to facilitate the movement of the sledges, it's gonna be easy.
Really? Oh, so it's technique.
Technique.
Chat, we're missing the technique.
Not the weight itself, it's technique, how to be smart to deal with the
Technique.
You know, you can have a big body, but small mind. You can have a genius mind, but small body.
True.
But if you can build a pyramid,
You can do anything. We can do anything.
Right, but
I guess that's true.
like he say,
I guess it's true, chat.
Okay, bro.
talk to me, cool. Let me hear what you gotta say, bro. What you gotta say, cool. I'm listening, bro.
Couple theories, bro. Number one, if we had giants in the world, them giants could have left them damn stones, right, and built that shit. Right?
Right. No. I'm laughing the way you say it, Uncle. No, I agree with you. No, cause they didn't talk about
That's
the
number one.
Bagina. Right, yo.
Yeah, they acting like they talk about. Remember, you got to remember. They say we had giants, 12-foot, 16-foot people in the world,
Thank
and
you.
they was, you know what I'm saying? So, and they was strong. Say
Yeah.
to the point where they was eating humans for their food. You know what I'm saying? Like snacks. So they say.
Yeah, they might have been
And
able to team some of them. Yeah, no, for real.
and then there's another theory saying that they use the vibrations of sound frequency to move and levitate those stones.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's different theories
Then
about
they got-
the whole. Yeah, man.
Yeah, they
Go
got
ahead.
one that said they use water too. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
water
Yeah.
pressure and all that stuff, and like it's a technology of doing it. Like even if it wasn't giants, it was a technology of, even if they was giants, they incorporated giants because, like you say, the giants wasn't always friendly with us, so we might not have used
Right.
them.
And then also, and then it was like it was they just put the sand up there, compressed the sand, and then they shaped it, and it's like a whole bunch of different
Yeah,
theories on
yeah,
how that thing was built. You
because
know
it
what
was
I'm
a
saying?
smooth surface. It was a smooth surface many years ago. It was a smooth surface.
Right, and they could have chiseled all that stuff out and made them tunnels and all type of stuff, and everything was right there. They might not have to lift no stones and all that there. You see?
Well, no, I think there was some lifting the stones and moving the stones because, like he stated, a lot of the things inside the temple itself is bigger than those passageways. So, like, a lot of things had to be built within the temple before they put the outer pyramid on. And you know, these temples were like the more intriguing and more like mysterious, more compartments, the better. You know, that's why it's like,
Yeah, and it goes underground. It goes
yeah,
underground so far deep. And
yeah,
it got these secret. You got these
secret
traps and all this
doors,
stuff
yeah,
in it.
yeah,
And vibration and the thing for the stars that goes up to Orion belt, all these different belts and all type of these stars align with and the funny thing about it, right?
Uh huh.
Um, Egypt is not the only place with pyramids, bro.
No, not at all. Actually, I think there's a pyramid in pretty much every sector of the world, every sector, every
Right,
continent, because this what I think we're missing, our crew, is the fact that these pyramids are more than just like monuments. I think they were like essentially big antennas of life. Like when I say that, like they probably were able to harvest all the elements that we needed: electricity, water, and probably some other elements that we not even thinking about. You see what I'm saying? Because surrounding all the pyramids were societies.
right. Yeah, anything possible, boy. I ain't no boy.
Well,
Boy,
well, well,
anything
but
possible.
we know. But yes, anything is possible. I agree. But I think we definitely know. We could say that these pyramids were connected to societies because we know around every last one of them, people live, people strive, and people survive. And we know that they're very durable. They're extremely durable. Do you understand that most of the times when we
Yeah,
look,
because it's granite. It's granite rock or something like that.
yeah,
I
real,
forget, or
real
something,
stone,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
And
don't know well.
and the funny part is a lot of them don't even crumble after time and stuff like that. So it's like they even a lot of times when you look at a mountain, you might look at that mountain and not realize that underneath that mountain is a pyramid. You feel me? Like many years old pyramid that the mountain just developed upon and just grew upon and stuff like that. Because if nobody's maintaining it and watching it, then guess what?
Right.
They gon' it's going the earth gonna take control of it. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, it deteriorates because of elements. The elements.
That's how it go, man. That's how it go. But let's look at this clip, man. We gonna let them talk and educate. Well, not educate, but give us their story on what took place. But this is another pyramid that they walked into. You know, let's check it out. See what they see.
The offerings and everything there. Tomb is just a house of eternity. They build their houses, their tombs, their palaces from mud bricks, so fragile. But they build the tombs from hard stones to live forever because they believe this life is a short life, but after life, it's eternal for them.
So that's the offering
Wait,
story,
hold on,
right?
wait. Are them real, like real? Are them real, like? Are those writings?
We have hieroglyphics over there. We have his name, Seshem Nefer, the name of the owner of the tomb, Seshem Nefer.
You could have seen it better without the light. You could have seen it better without the light.
If we do a pyramid, you can do anything. So that means technically we can fly. You said anything.
Okay.
But we already flying. Like people be saying that, but we already flying. What you think planes are? Like
If you learn something about the pyramid that you didn't know today, before watching the stream, if you learn something.
we gonna skip through it. We gonna skip through it. We gonna skip through it.
Try to get an edit shot. Get an edit shot. Get an edit shot. Tell me when you're doing it, so I can look cool. Yeah. I am doing another stream today. This is just a. Lean back. All right, so that's where we're going right there. The Sphinx. The Sphinx. Sphinx.
How are you? I'm good.
Go ahead, go ahead. What you got, Aku?
We got a lot of streams coming up.
We going to the Sphinx. The Sphinx. What you about to say, Aku? You unmuted. Oh, I don't think you
No, I
realized.
wasn't saying that.
Oh, I don't even know you realize you unmuted. I'm gonna go back to the clip then. Yo.
No, bro.
But yeah, we can talk over.
We got another stream today. Um,
Yeah, he talking about his stream,
Another stream.
but he going to the Faints, so we gonna skip forward.
Okay.
They on the camera. Look at that, bro.
this is the speed chat. Woo!
I ain't gonna lie. I watched it before, right? And like, I got like when I seen it, even though it's just on TV, I got like I felt it, bro. That's how powerful this place is, bro. And like, I can't wait to see it in real life. Cause I'm going. I'm going.
Whew. Where? This way? Ugh. Wow. The Sphinx. Get a shot. Wait, what happened to her nose? What happened to her nose?
Good question, right?
Why is her nose cut off? Did it fall off, Chad?
Everyone asks me when you just come here why Sphinx is without nose. It's famous from Egypt and some countries. Who broke a nose? The history of man Maqrizi from Islamic era. Right inside his book and say, a man his name Sa'im al-Dahr do this. But why? Why Sa'im al-Dahr do this? Because he won't be proof. For some people, it is just a statue, just stone, not God. For this, he just broke a nose and say he can't protect himself. What he do? He just a stone,
Oh, so he was trying to prove that the statue was not a god.
not a God.
So he broke the nose.
Sphinx is a one piece, but two parts. But it's plain-headed human, but not normal human. It's royal human, and we think this is the face of King Khafre, the owner of the second pyramid.
Hmm.
The length of the statue is 72 meter, height is 20 meter. So this is a big antique for all the world.
Wow, okay.
Thank you.
Makes sense.
These people don't even know who he is. They chilling. But look at that, bro. Look at that. Let's go show that we're gonna cut through it. We're gonna cut through it. We're gonna cut through it because I want to see. We're gonna cut through it. Boom. That part there. Hold on. Hold on. I want y'all to see it, man. The drone shot. Look at that. And you kind of gotta preserve it too.
I went to Ireland. Really? I'm from Scotland. Nah, I'm from Hawaii, Portugal.
All right, come on, get back to this.
Something actually cool now?
No,
How far is it?
come on, let me see. Boom, this is what I want y'all to see. That close up of that there. That close up. He's silly. Look at that. Look at that, bro.
You want a picture with me, bro? We did stream. Stream time is here. We did it.
That's crazy.
Now,
That's crazy, bro.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I can think of all of them. So I actually spent the money. Huh? Ooh, that shot was cool. Why did you do that on us right there? He did the best shot.
But y'all know, man, that shoot. The Sphinx, man, the Sphinx. I think I'm saying it right. I might be messing it up, but man, do you see that? That's amazing, bro. Because this is what they talk about, that those being the guardians, like they're not human. But see, that's why in that story the gentleman was speaking of said the reason why the nose is not there is because he wanted to prove to the people that that statue was not a god, because that Sphinx is the representation of a certain being that exists in this world that is not human but is spiritual, and it's a part of, it's like in between different realms. Like it's human, non-human, and all that in one. And then it's also a spiritual thing. You see what I'm saying? So basically, to us, it is a God because it could do stuff that we cannot do. It could protect and do different things we cannot do. But that statue itself, yes, it's a representation of that God. But the reason why that statue is placed in front of those pyramids is because it is said to be the protector. You see what I'm saying? Of the pyramids and its golds and its minerals and stuff of that nature. And that's why it was amazing to see like how big and huge it is, man. But just like how Aku was stating earlier, say they plastered over some of the hieroglyphics and everything like that. You see, because you see all the construction that's taking place right there and then. You know what I mean? And it's so much of them, and it's so big, and these people do construction year round, and they take their time. They just keep going. They keep going, and they keep erasing the history and trying to make the history blind. You see, but another reason that nose was cracked off was because it happened twice that somebody messed with that nose. The second time it was blown off more by Napoleon them because the nose had African features to show that that black people were the original people. You see, but that's neither here nor there. But we're gonna keep rocking, man. The pyramids is very interesting. Very interesting. You see? Very interesting. But IShow gotta do what he gotta do. Look at the pyramid, bro.
Egypt.
Look at the pyramids behind the brother.
IShow in Egypt.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
gonna stream at like maybe like 3 o'clock. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Jackson. Where is tour? Wait, where's my partner at the tour guide? Egypt is so peaceful. Yeah, it's peaceful because we at the pyramid. It's peaceful because we at the pyramid. Wait till my wait wait for my stream later on in the day. I'm at 8 a.m. right
Yeah,
now.
cause there ain't nobody like arresting him like that.
That's why it's peaceful. But I think it was smart to do the stream at 8 a.m. where it's peaceful.
And because that's by the pyramids, like that's like a sacred place. Like them boys ain't playing around there.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I always wanted to go to the pyramids when I was a kid. Cause Shay, you only see the pyramids in textbooks and history class. That's the only time where you see the pyramids.
Look at the pyramid, bro.
It looks like it don't belong in this world. Like, child, when I first seen it, my heart dropped. Cause like, it just doesn't. It just looks honestly. Yeah, it literally looks like it doesn't belong in this world. That's a good way to explain it. It just looks like, whoa, it looks foreign as heck. Super foreign, bro.
Boom, let's dissect that what you're saying. And that's why I feel like these pyramids did not just enter the world like everybody think it does, like by rebuilding. I feel like we had extraterrestrial help. I feel like we had extraterrestrial help. You feel me? So we definitely got some few more clips that may speak on it. I'm not sure because I haven't reviewed it yet, but I just feel like it's way more to the pyramids. Just like ISO Pete said, man. He said this just feels like it's not of this world. Like this out of this world. Like you know what I mean? Like and to be real with you, I don't think people understand like it's natural to understand like that stuff is extremely large. Like there ain't nothing getting close to it, bro. Like it ain't just large as in height. It large as in width too. Like and that's the thing, bro. That it catch you like that. You feel me? It catches you like that, man. But what you think, Aku? Cause he say it's out of this world, and I believe that. I believe that when he say it's out of this
Out of this world.
world.
Are you here, y'all?
Yes, sir. Yo. No, that's reality, bro.
Nah, but I know that's a lot of walking them niggas did. I know that much. You can see that's a lot of walking. Yeah.
Hey. Oh man.
And the
Oh.
people at the pyramid looking at him like, shoot, man, who is this young nigga? He got all these security around him and stuff like that, though.
Yeah,
Man, who
yeah.
he is?
You know, for real, for real. And then, like you say, man, it's quiet now because ain't much people is harassing him. Like, cause you know he normally have fans all on him, bro. Like thousands of people around him. But he said it's the
Uh,
pyramids. It's like it's the pyramids. It's like a sacred place. You know what I mean? And then like he say, it's early. We came out here early. You feel me? So he's like, some people still
yeah,
sleep.
man, bro. I give respect, but it shows you when you dedicated and you do what you're supposed to do because, like he say, he a lot of places he went in Africa, he wanted to go to when he was younger. So it's like he intertwined both of those in his stream, and like they get to see him go to these places he always wanted to go to in life.
Hmm.
So you see what I'm saying? Once he got his bread up, now he can go take these trips and do all these stuff he wanted to do. You
Yes.
see?
Yes. Yes.
And get paid to do it too.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's the best part, bro. It's the best part. But like, man, that's But I do want to take a break. We're gonna come back to the pyramids, and cause somebody said they found out who really built it, right? But that Corey Hogle situation, man, with Antoine Daniels, the Saint is now talking about it, man. So I want to chime in and see what he's talking about for a quick second. But just a quick second, and then we're gonna hop back out. You feel me? So let's drop into this stream. He live streaming right now. Y'all go over to him too. But nah, stay up. Man, whoever that come over here. You get it out.
Respect men who
Oh, you got to put it on mute, cool.
are claim jacking. Like I don't
Like what?
White ruling class to steal other people's stuff. They lie to the masses, but he's not making a moral judgment. Whereas Corey is wanting Anton to make a moral judgment, particularly coming from a foundational Black American identity, and it is the failing of not failing, but the decision to not make a moral judgment on this that is what is inflaming Corey. And I really shouldn't say inflaming. That exaggeration doesn't seem like he's terribly bothered by it. In fact, I think he anticipated Anton's difference, and he's immediately creating this contrast, which is appropriate for this kind of format. So let's keep it rocking.
I can.
Podcasting, I will do it. Productive men and women in this YouTube space that distribute this. I'm going to see this first with you all at the same time.
5150 in the house. Is this the first or the second show of the year?
Second.
Second show of the year, we jumping it off. Yep.
Yellow, I'm going to need some contrast. But shout out to that nice young lady with that pretty hair.
For that, oh my God, that's a full thing.
I was on time. I'm gonna just say that.
Hey,
Yes,
we
sir.
expected it.
Okay, so when Anton states that he was on time, now that's a good thing. I encourage people to be on time. In fact, I encourage people to be early. It's proper business etiquette. I surmise that he's suggesting that Corey was not on time, so I'm guessing. And if you are on time and it's a business affair, for some people that bothers me. I must concede that bothers me. I don't like to do business when folks are not on time.
I already knew. That's why I got here almost on time.
I was on time.
My man.
And so we already see a major rift between the two personalities. Anton was on time, he proclaimed it. Corey was not on time for apparently his own show, and he also proclaimed it shamelessly. And so we see that, you know, one is perhaps a more buttoned up business, one is more informal, and there's no doubt that we're looking at potentially a great clash of personalities. One has on the hoodie and the bucket hat, another one has on the collared shirt and the snapback. So yeah, this is has the makings of a nice little rumble here.
You dig what I'm saying? A lot of y'all know we said he was coming. Anton in the house. Hey man, let me tell you something. I'm so glad you're here.
Right, I've seen both of their content before, and they both, you know, present.
All right, I'm gonna skip through. I said the same thing. Hold on, let's go back.
It's not because I'm a black man, because I'm a certain type of, and just that answer lets me know that people ain't soaking up this ism. You dig? Like, man, people really got to tap in with the ism because they are not understanding. There's a different level. Yeah, you're black. Gotta be better. Let's get this work.
My people were
So
robbed. They what? My people were men.
Right. That's fair.
So-
I know all about it.
So it's very hard to be respectful of what is here when me, for example, as an African American male, I know how I got here. I was not. I didn't take the cheap flight on Frontier here. My people were kidnapped. My people were
sold by
robbed.
Africans.
They what?
They were sold by Africans.
You said all people were sold by Africans?
How you think what you think white people came over there and got us?
Yes.
No, they were sold.
So
This talking point that Anton is pushing forward is really sad to see because number one, I think it's just one of those things where, you know, he didn't read, he didn't study, he just heard, you know, white
Come
people
on,
say it,
Saint.
and he just started repeating it. Doesn't mean it's untrue, but it's not the whole truth. That's the problem. I just happen to have studied under Dr. Mario Adiola, who's one of the foremost scholars in this particular thing. And yes, it's true. There were Africans that sold other Africans, and at some level, it's probably not wise for us to use the term African selling Africans because that would be a misnomer. They didn't identify as one another.
Thank you.
Which is why they were selling them.
My bad.
POWs, that is to say, prisoners of war. They're enemies. Or you might have, you know, been incarcerated. So as a result of a court ruling, you could have been put into servitude or enslavement. In addition, you could have been kidnapped and many Africans were kidnapped, and the question would be, well, why was that? Well, there was increased motivation when we saw the financial, when these Africans saw the financial opportunity.
There we go, Saint. There we go, Saint. And that's all I was saying, Saint. I was saying the same thing yet yesterday, man. I was saying the same thing yesterday is that that's what took place, bro. Prisoners of war, you feel me, and people that they didn't see as their own. You feel me? So it's like, of course we selling you, bro. Of course we getting you up out of here. And we finna make money? What? Like, why not? Why not? You feel me? Why not? But, you feel me? If a Q on mute, you feel me? I'm gonna let him speak and speak. But if not, we gonna get to this other clip, bro. Right back into the pyramids, man. Because they say they found out who really built the pyramids. So we gotta see what's going on. You know what I mean? Because this is very interesting. You dig?
That the stones used in building the Great Pyramid came from Torah. And Torah is a 25 mile to the east.
What if everything you were taught about the pyramids was a lie? They told us Pharaoh Khufu built the Great Pyramid with copper tools and 20,000 workers in just 20 years. But what if Graham Hancock told you that's impossible?
I think we're looking, again, at a lost technology. And it was this ancient apocalypse 12,800 years ago that wiped that.
He spent years digging through forbidden history, ancient maps, declassified scans, and suppressed archaeological data. And what he found shocked even the most seasoned researchers. This is proof of who really built the pyramids, and it will leave you stunned. Graham Hancock, the man who refused to stay silent. Graham Hancock is not your typical historian. He's not an Egyptologist, not a tenured professor, and not part of the academic elite. In fact, that's exactly why so many people trust him. A former journalist for The Economist, Hancock made a bold turn in the 1990s. He stopped chasing headlines and started chasing something deeper, lost history. His questions were simple. What if ancient civilizations were far older than we think? What if our history books only tell half the story? And what if the truth has been literally buried beneath centuries of sand, stone, and stubborn academic gatekeeping? For over 3 decades, Hancock has traveled the globe, from the pyramids of Egypt to the jungles of Indonesia, from the sunken ruins off the coast of Japan to the temples of Central America. He's interviewed experts in geology, astronomy, ancient languages, and comparative mythology. His approach is multidisciplinary, weaving together patterns that mainstream academia often ignores. While traditional scholars call this pseudoscience, millions of readers and viewers have come to see Hancock not as a conspiracy theorist, but as a whistleblower of ancient history. Critics call his theories dangerous, misleading, and even anti-intellectual. But millions of people see something else. A man asking the questions no one else would, and doing it with research, footage, and facts. What makes Hancock different isn't just his ideas, but his refusal to stay silent. He doesn't claim to have all the answers. He simply points out that the current story doesn't make sense, that the pieces don't fit, and that there's more to our past than we've been told. And at the top of Hancock's list of misunderstood wonders is the biggest and most baffling monument of all, the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Khufu problem, a monument with no name. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the most iconic structure on Earth. Yet when you look inside it for answers, something strange happens. There are none. According to the official story, it was built around 2500 BCE by Pharaoh Khufu, also known as Cheops. The narrative says it took just over 20 years to complete, using a massive workforce of skilled laborers, not slaves. Around 2.3 million limestone blocks were moved into place with copper tools, wooden sleds, and a lot of manpower. It's a story that's been repeated in textbooks, museums, and classrooms for generations. But Graham Hancock isn't buying it. His simple question is, where's the evidence? For a civilization as detail-obsessed as ancient Egypt, the silence inside the Great Pyramid is deafening. Most royal tombs are overflowing with inscriptions from chapters of the Book of the Dead, praises to the gods, the names of pharaohs, carved declarations of power, and divine lineage. But inside the Great Pyramid, there's nothing. Not a single hieroglyph on the interior walls. No grand reliefs, no dedications, and no funeral texts. Just massive, silent chambers carved in stone. Even the so-called sarcophagus in the king's chamber is questionable. It's a plain granite box that is unmarked, undecorated, and empty. No mummy has ever been found, no burial relics, no royal seals, and nothing to prove that Khufu or anyone else was ever laid to rest there. So, where does the Khufu connection come from? Just one thing. Some quarry marks, which are basically ancient graffiti allegedly scrawled on the inside of a hidden chamber above the king's chamber. These marks were supposedly discovered in 1837 by Colonel Howard Vyse, a British explorer working with explosives and primitive tools. According to Vyse's journal, the chamber was sealed until he blasted his way in, and just so happened to find inscriptions naming Khufu. But Hancock and other researchers point out how shaky this claim is. First, Vyse had competition with another explorer who was about to outshine him. Second, there were no witnesses to the discovery of the Khufu graffiti. Third, several inconsistencies in Vyse's records suggest he may have forged the marks to secure fame and funding. To this day, that quarry mark is the only direct evidence linking Khufu to the Great Pyramid. It's not carved in stone on the outside. It's not in any ancient papyrus describing the building process. And it's not in any temple reliefs or royal tombs from the era. So why is this massive monument, which is a marvel of engineering unmatched even by today's standards, officially credited to a king who left no mark on it? Hancock's answer is unsettling. He suggests the pyramid wasn't built for Khufu at all. Instead, Khufu may have found it, inherited it, and then claimed it. Then, later Egyptian dynasties may have restored or reused older structures without fully understanding their origins. It would explain why such an advanced structure stands out so dramatically from the rest of the Old Kingdom's pyramids, most of which are crumbling piles of rubble today. In other words, the pyramid's true origins may have already been a mystery even to the ancient Egyptians themselves. But, even if we accept that Khufu didn't build it, or that he merely inherited it, we're still left with the bigger, harder question. How was it built?
Oh no, that's interesting, bro. They said that Khufu or King Tut, he didn't even build it, or saying that it's even older than what we believe it to be. Wow, that's interesting, man. Because they saying the other pyramids as we did see, they were like smaller, way smaller, and they were like rubble as IShow speed walked past them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the real science behind it getting so big and stuff like that, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing, man. But I don't know if they really understand what you call it. But we finna skip forward a little bit though. We finna skip forward a little. Let's see what they talking about right here. See what they talking about. All you gotta do is unmute it, cool, and I'm gonna let you fly, bro. And we're gonna let the clip fly, bro.
Views that the construction quality and architectural intelligence of the Great Pyramid far exceed what we see in later pyramids. In fact, most pyramids built after Khufu's are unstable or collapsing, with some being barely recognizable ruins. So, how could the Egyptians start with near perfection, only to regress? To Hancock, the conclusion is unavoidable. The Great Pyramid was not a product of the Old Kingdom. It was either inherited, repurposed, or built by a civilization with knowledge and tools we no longer understand. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. The Great Pyramid wasn't just built, but engineered with brilliance that defies its time. But there's another layer to this mystery. Because building it is one thing, but transporting the materials is an entirely different level of impossibility. Where exactly did these enormous stones come from, and how were they moved? The 80-ton puzzle, moving the impossible. If building the pyramid with precision wasn't enough of a mystery, transporting the building materials takes the enigma to a whole new level, especially when you look at the heart of the structure, the king's chamber. Unlike the limestone blocks used for most of the pyramid, the walls and ceiling of the king's chamber were made from granite, a much harder and heavier stone, And not just any granite. These massive blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons, were transported from Aswan, a quarry over 500 miles away in southern Egypt. Let that sink in. Each of those blocks weighs about as much as a diesel locomotive. Now imagine moving multiple locomotives upstream along the Nile, then somehow dragging them inland, and finally lifting them over 150 feet high into the core of the pyramid, all using nothing more than ropes, wooden sleds, and muscle power. That is what the official narrative would have you believe. But here's the problem. There is no solid evidence for how this was done. The most common theory is the ramp theory, the idea that workers built massive earthen or spiral ramps to haul the stones up the sides of the growing pyramid. But engineers who've analyzed this theory point out its fatal flaw. The ramp itself would have needed to be as long as a mile and contain more material than the pyramid itself. And yet, no trace of such a ramp has ever been found. Not a single remnant of this supposedly essential engineering structure has survived. Others propose internal spiral ramps or pulleys, but again, there's no archaeological evidence to support these ideas. And the tools said to be used, like wooden sleds, copper chisels, and ropes, fall apart under scrutiny when applied to such incredible weights. Modern crane operators and stoneworkers have even attempted to move and shape granite blocks using replicas of ancient tools, and found it extremely difficult and inefficient, even with today's techniques. In fact, many modern engineers have gone on record saying they could not replicate the construction of the Great Pyramid.
So it's like you clearly see that, it's definitely not built by our minds. Whether we were smarter back in the day than we are now, unless we use more of our mind than we did now, I don't know. But we definitely did not do it with the minds in which we have now, because it didn't work out. Like I say, we had that extraterrestrial influence. But this the last clip, man, and then we're gonna wrap it up. But let's see what's going on here, though, for sure.
As fringe, but they struggle to refute the physical geology standing right in front of them. Wind erosion and sandblasting cannot explain the patterns. Only water can. Hancock concluded that the Sphinx was not created in 2500 BCE. It was merely adopted by the pharaohs, just like the pyramids, from a much older culture. And just as the Sphinx was built in 10,500 BCE, it could not be just coincidence that the stars above that era aligned perfectly with the monuments below. Hancock believed that whoever built Giza was also mapping the sky, and he pointed to Orion to prove it. A message in the stars. The date is no accident. Before Hancock revealed who really built the pyramids, he asked, what if the pyramids of Egypt weren't just tombs or monuments, but part of a much larger message? One not written in ink or carved into walls, but traced across the stars. This is the core of Robert Bauval's Orion correlation theory, a groundbreaking idea that reshaped how we look at the Giza Plateau. Bauval noticed something strange. The three pyramids of Giza are not perfectly aligned in a straight row. Instead, the third and smallest pyramid is slightly offset. This odd layout, long dismissed as a construction quirk, actually mirrors the three stars of Orion's belt in the night sky. But it goes deeper. Bauval used astronomical software to calculate when Orion's belt would have appeared in this exact configuration directly over Giza. The result was around 10,500 BCE. That date aligns almost perfectly with the Sphinx water erosion findings from Dr. Robert Schoch. Two different lines of evidence from geology and astronomy point to the same distant time. To Graham Hancock, this cannot be coincidence. He argues that the Giza Plateau was designed not just as a ceremonial site, but as a celestial blueprint. This theory gains even more weight when you realize other ancient sites around the world also reflect star maps. From Göbekli Tepe in Turkey to Teotihuacan in Mexico, sacred monuments appear to align with constellations. It suggests a shared global knowledge, far older and more advanced than we ever imagined. As Hancock puts it, these are sky maps, locked in stone, messages left for us by survivors of a global cataclysm. People who knew the stars, understood geometry, and wanted to be remembered not by books, but by aligning the earth with the heavens. So now the question isn't when the pyramids were built. It's who had the knowledge and power to build them so perfectly, so purposefully, thousands of years before recorded civilization? And Hancock says he found the answer. The Ghost Builders, Traces of a Lost Civilization. This is where Graham Hancock delivers the gut punch and says what mainstream historians won't. The pyramids were not built by Pharaoh Khufu or any pharaoh. They were built by someone else, long before dynastic Egypt even existed. According to Hancock, the true builders were survivors of an advanced pre-Ice Age civilization, wiped out around 12,800 years ago by a global cataclysm, possibly a comet impact during the Younger Dryas period. These weren't cavemen. They were master architects, astronomers, and navigators. They were a forgotten people Hancock calls the magicians of the gods. He believes that when this civilization collapsed, its survivors carried fragments of their knowledge across the globe, planting the seeds of later ancient cultures. And the Great Pyramid was one of their most important legacies. Not a tomb or a monument to ego, but a time capsule, a stone message designed to outlast floods, wars, and memory itself. And here's where it gets eerie. Hancock shows that pyramid structures and cosmic alignments appear across continents, from the Sun Pyramid in Teotihuacan, Mexico, to Angkor Wat in Cambodia, to the pyramids of Meroe in Sudan, all built by people who supposedly had no contact. Yet all share similar mathematical constants, celestial alignments, and even architectural features. He connects these dots by saying that they were looking at fingerprints, the same hand, the same knowledge, echoing through time. To Hancock, the builders of the Giza pyramids knew sacred geometry, measured the Earth's dimensions, and encoded precession of the equinoxes into stone. Knowledge we only began to understand in recent centuries. And here's the final claim that stunned the world. Hancock wasn't guessing. He brought the proof. Through geology, astronomy, architectural analysis, and global pattern recognition, he built a case that points directly to a real lost civilization, older, smarter, and far more capable than anything in our textbooks. This is who really built the pyramids. But if that's true, and if history is wrong on this scale, why haven't we been told? Hancock says the answer is simple. Because some people are working very hard to keep the truth buried. The cover-up. For Graham Hancock, the most infuriating part of this entire mystery isn't just the gaps in the story, but the way those gaps have been actively covered up. He points to a moment in 1993 that changed everything. German engineer Rudolf Gantenbrink sent a robot named Upuaut 2 into the narrow shafts of the Great Pyramid. What it found stunned the world, a sealed door deep inside the pyramid leading to where no one knew. But instead of excitement and further exploration, Gantenbrink was shut out. The Egyptian authorities, under the then Antiquities Director Zahi Hawass, took over and blocked his access.
Damn.
To this day,
That is him. That's the same dude. Hold on, let's go back. That's the same dude. He did say, oh.
this entire mystery isn't just the gaps in the story, but the way those gaps have been actively covered up. He points to a moment in 1993 that changed everything. German engineer Rudolf Gantenbrink sent a robot named Upuaut 2 into the narrow shafts of the Great Pyramid. What it found stunned the world, a sealed door deep inside the pyramid leading to where no one knew. But instead of excitement and further exploration, Gantenbrink was shut out. The Egyptian authorities, under the then Antiquities Director Zahi Hawass, took over and blocked his access. To this day, the mystery of that door remains unresolved. Why stop investigating something so important? Hancock believes it was intentional censorship. Fast forward to 2017. Scientists used muon tomography, an advanced particle scanning technique, to peek inside the pyramid. What they discovered was even more astonishing. A massive hidden void above the Grand Gallery. A space so large it could house a passenger jet. But again, no cameras have gone in, and no updates or excavations have been made. Just silence. Frustrated by this pattern of concealment, Hancock finally spoke out, saying, "I can't stay silent anymore." He believes these discoveries are being deliberately withheld from the public, not because they pose a danger, but because they pose a threat. If the pyramids weren't built by the dynastic Egyptians, then the entire timeline of history would have to be rewritten. Academic careers, global institutions, even national pride, are rooted in the current version of events. Challenging that narrative isn't just inconvenient, it's explosive. So instead of open inquiry, we get gatekeeping. Instead of answers, we get excuses. Hancock isn't claiming to have all the answers. What he's saying is even more powerful. We owe it to the past and to the future to ask better questions. For Hancock, this isn't just a historical cover-up, but an existential one. He believes the pyramids are not tombs, but messages and deliberate signals from a lost civilization. And that message has been buried not just in sand and stone, but under centuries of denial.
And look, you know, that's exactly what I said, man. And the funny part is they point out, oh boy, man, like that's the crazy part. We just seen him in the real life ISO speed situation, man. Like we really just seen him. And he said he wasn't just a tour guide. And he was right. He was not just a tour guide, man. He was the main guy, the head guy, and he's still the head guy. He the one gatekeeping. He the one gatekeeping, man. That's crazy. He gatekeeping. He is really gatekeeping, man. That's crazy. And I can't imagine it, man. But that's it for this one here, my project. That's it for this one here. Cool, you got to unmute, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What you gotta say, bro, before we wrap it up, bro?
That's it, bro.
Well, yeah, that's it for this one, my projects, man. We see who the gatekeeper is, man, and oh man, let me put him back on the screen so we can see, bro. He right there, right behind ISO Speed, just watching, gatekeeping the whole moment. Dang, bro. That's sad or cool, bro. I hate to see that, bro. You know what I mean? It's like we'd never know the truth because a bunch of people careers on the line and all this other stuff, man. Shoot, let them find some new money. Shit, they just ain't as smart as they thought they were. You feel me? But like I say, that's it for this one, Padres, man. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend, man. Tell a friend. This been a good one and a true one, man. Look, how cool what you got for the people, bro?
Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
And only God can judge them, you dig? Until next time, my Padres, I want y'all to keep